Picture this. You're standing in the TSA line. You've got your boarding pass and your ID ready. You've packed everything you need for the trip, including the 7 medications you take every single day. And then the TSA agent pulls your bag aside, reaches in, and holds up your pill organizer. Then he asks you, "Is this yours?" What happens next could mean a missed flight, a confiscated prescription, or in some cases a medical emergency at 35,000 feet because the medication you needed never made it onto the plane. And here's the part that makes this so frustrating. Most of the time, it's not because the medication was banned, it's because of one simple packing mistake that almost every senior traveler makes without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 7 medication categories that are getting flagged at TSA checkpoints right now in 2026. And more importantly, I'm going to give you the exact steps to get every single one of them through security without a problem. Stay until the end, because I'm also going to give you a 3-step medication travel checklist you're going to want to screenshot and save to your phone before your next flight. So let's get into it. Before we get to the specific medications, we need to talk about the one mistake that causes more medication confiscations than anything else: pill organizers. Those Monday through Sunday plastic pill cases that millions of seniors use every single day at home. They are the #1 reason medications get flagged at airport security. Here's why. When a TSA agent sees a pile of loose, unlabeled pills in a plastic container, they have no way of knowing what those pills are. They can't verify the prescription, they can't confirm the dosage, and in some states, carrying prescription medication outside of its original labeled bottle is actually a legal gray area. Now here's what most people get wrong about this. The TSA's official policy, straight from tsa.gov, says you are not required to keep medications in prescription bottles. Pills and solid medications are allowed in unlimited amounts as long as they are screened, so the TSA won't technically confiscate your pill organizer. But here's the trap. If those pills trigger additional screening, if they look suspicious on the X-ray, or if you're flying internationally and customs in another country does require original packaging, you've got a serious problem. The fix is simple. Bring your pill organizer for convenience, but also pack your original prescription bottles in a clear zip-top bag in your carry-on. That way, if anyone asks, you can match every pill to its label in seconds. Write that down right now. Original bottles, clear bag, carry on. That one move eliminates 90% of medication screening issues. If you're someone who travels with medications regularly, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, because everything on this channel is designed to help travelers over 60 fly with confidence. And I'd hate for you to miss the next update when rules change again. Now let's talk about the medication category that causes the most confusion at security: liquids. You already know about the 3-1-1 rule. 3.4 ounces, 1 quart-sized bag, 1 bag per person. That rule has been around for years. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Prescription liquid medications are exempt from the 3-1-1 rule. That means your liquid prescriptions, cough syrups, oral suspensions, or liquid pain medications can exceed 3.4 ounces. You can bring them in reasonable quantities for your trip, and they do not have to go in that little zip-top bag with your toiletries. But, and this is where people get tripped up, you must declare them to the TSA officer at the start of the screening process, before your bag goes on the belt, not after they find it. If you don't declare it and they find a large unmarked bottle of liquid in your carry-on, that's when you get pulled aside. That's when the additional screening starts, and that's when you might miss your flight sitting in a secondary inspection area while they test your cough syrup. The script is simple: walk up and say, "I have medically necessary liquids in my carry-on." That's it, 7 words. They'll run it through additional screening, but it goes smoothly and you're on your way. Now here's an insider tip that most people don't know about. If you have significant medical needs, I'm talking multiple liquid medications, syringes, or medical devices, you can call TSA Cares at 8557-872-227 at least 72 hours before your flight. They will arrange a passenger support specialist to help you through the checkpoint. It's completely free, and it's specifically designed for seniors and travelers with medical needs. This is a big one, and I'm seeing more and more questions about it. Injectable medications like insulin, Ozempic, semaglutide, Humira, or blood thinners like Lovenox, these are absolutely allowed through TSA security, but they come with specific rules that you need to know. First, syringes and needles are permitted when accompanied by injectable medication. You don't need a doctor's note for domestic travel, but the medication and the needles need to be clearly associated. Keep them together and keep them labeled. If a TSA agent finds a loose syringe in your bag with no visible medication nearby, that's going to trigger a flag. Second, if you're carrying insulin, it must be clearly identified. Insulin pumps and insulin supplies are allowed, but the pump must be accompanied by the insulin itself. Third, temperature matters. A lot of these medications need to be refrigerated. Insulin, Ozempic, Humira, they need to stay cool. You are allowed to bring ice packs, freezer packs, and gel packs through security to keep your medication cold, even if they're partially frozen or slushy. They fall under the medical liquids exemption. But here's the mistake I see. People pack their cooling supplies in checked baggage. Never do this. Checked luggage goes through cargo holds where temperatures can drop well below freezing or spike above room temperature. Your medication could be destroyed before you even land. If you've ever had a TSA experience with your medications, good or bad, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and your story might help another traveler avoid the same situation. If you travel with a CPAP machine for sleep apnea, listen carefully because this one has a detail that catches people off guard. CPAP machines are 100% allowed through TSA security. They do not count as your carry-on or personal item. That's right, your CPAP is an additional medical device that you can bring on top of your regular luggage. A lot of travelers don't know that, and some have been told otherwise at the gate. If that happens, you can reference TSA's official medical device policy. However, the CPAP must be removed from its carrying case and placed in a separate bin for X-ray screening, just like a laptop. If you leave it in the bag, the X-ray image gets cluttered, the agent can't see what's inside, and you're getting pulled for additional screening. Here's the real trap though. It's not the machine, it's the water. If your CPAP has a humidifier chamber and you left water in it, that water counts as a liquid and it will get flagged. Empty that chamber completely before you get in the security line. Empty the water chamber, remove it from the case, place it in its own bin. 3 easy steps to make sure you have zero problems. And if you use distilled water with your CPAP, don't try to bring a full gallon through security. Buy it at your destination or ask your hotel to provide it. Many hotels will if you call ahead. This is the one that's tripping up more seniors than almost anything else right now, and the rules are genuinely confusing. Here's the current situation. The TSA operates under federal law, not state law. So even if you live in a state where marijuana is fully legal, even if your doctor prescribed it, TSA agents are bound by federal regulations. Marijuana and cannabis-infused products, including most CBD oils, are federally illegal if they contain more than 0.3% THC. If a TSA agent discovers them during screening, they are required to refer the matter to law enforcement. Now, hemp-derived CBD products with less than 0.3% THC are technically allowed by TSA. But here's the problem. There is no way for a TSA agent to test the THC content of your CBD oil right there at the checkpoint. So if the label isn't crystal clear, or if the product looks suspicious, it's getting flagged. My recommendation, if you use CBD products, carry the original packaging with a clear label showing the THC content. Bring a certificate of analysis from the manufacturer if you have one. And understand that even with all of that, there is some risk involved. For marijuana-based medications, even with a state medical card, the safest approach for now is to not bring them through airport security. Talk to your doctor about alternative medications for travel, or research the laws at your destination and purchase there if legal. I know that's not the answer everyone wants to hear, but I'd rather give you the honest truth than have you end up in a law enforcement referral at the airport. Inhalers, medicated nasal sprays, and aerosol medications are allowed in both carry-on and checked bags, but the rules have tightened on how they're treated at screening. Aerosol medications used to get a pass-through security with minimal scrutiny. Now they're being treated more like regular aerosols, which means they're subject to closer inspection. The key distinction, medically necessary aerosols in carry-on bags are still exempt from the 3.4-ounce limit. But just like liquid medications, you need to declare them at the checkpoint. Pull them out of your bag, let the agent know they're medical. The mistake I keep seeing is seniors burying their inhaler at the bottom of a packed carry-on. The X-ray flags it as a pressurized canister because that's exactly what it is, and now your entire bag is getting manually searched while you watch your boarding time tick away. Simple fix, keep all medical aerosols in an easily accessible outer pocket or in the same clear bag as your other medications. Declare them up front so you can move through quickly. Alright, you now know more about traveling with medications than 95% of travelers walking through any airport in this country. So let's lock it in with the 3-step checklist I promised you at the beginning. This is the part you're going to want to screenshot. Step 1. Pack smart. Keep all medications in your carry-on, never checked baggage. Bring original prescription bottles even if you also use a pill organizer. Keep liquid medications, injectables, and cooling packs together in a clear, accessible bag. Empty your CPAP water chamber. Step 2. Declare early. The moment you approach the checkpoint, tell the TSA officer, "I have medically necessary liquids and supplies in my carry-on." Those words trigger the proper screening protocol and prevent surprise flags. 7 words that save you 30 minutes. Step 3. Call ahead. If you have complex medical needs like multiple medications, syringes, oxygen devices, or mobility equipment, call TSA Cares at 8557872227 at least 72 hours before your flight. A passenger support specialist will be arranged to help you through security. It's free, it's confidential, and it exists specifically for situations like yours. Pack smart, declare early, call ahead. 3 steps, and you will sail through security every single time. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The TSA is not trying to stop you from bringing your medications on a plane. Every single medication we talked about today is allowed through security, but only when you pack it correctly and declare it properly. The seniors who run into problems aren't carrying banned substances. They're making simple, avoidable packing mistakes that trigger flags they never needed to trigger. Now, you know better, and knowing better means flying with confidence. If this video helped you feel more prepared for your next flight, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this to other seniors who need this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join the Terminal Traveler community because I put out new videos every week helping travelers over 60 navigate exactly these kinds of situations. I'll see you in the next one. Fly safe.